Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis and welcome back to 1 Year 365. Today, we will continue the Unusual Sports mini-series, and this is part 2 out of 7 part. Previously, we talked about slap boxing, and this one, we will actually talk about chess boxing. And yeah, this one I just recently know as well, like last year, from Ludwig's event, which happened on December. And yeah, apparently this unusual sport has already been a thing since like a long time ago as well. By a long time ago, I mean early 2000s, at least that I know. Maybe it dates back before that. I'm not sure, but yeah, as far as I know, it's already been a thing since early 2000. Yeah, chess boxing. So it's basically chess and boxing, and yeah, that's it. Well, you probably ask, how do you play chess and boxing at the same time? Well, the thing is, you don't actually play chess and boxing at the same time. There will be like multiple rounds if I remember correctly. First round will be, I think it will be chess. It actually depends on the event organizer, but from the Ludwig's event, the chess boxing event, he actually make it like five rounds, I guess. First round is chess for quite few minutes, and then after that, they go into boxing in the second round, and yeah, it's just boxing for a few minutes, which is kind of scary if you only know chess but you don't know how to box. That will be a little bit, a little bit too difficult. Yeah, so you need to be careful about that. Also, again, if you're very great at boxing, but you're bad at chess, then you might actually lose in the chess. So you need to be careful about that as well. So yeah, it's like alternating. So the first round will be chess, second round will be boxing, and then third round chess again. Continuing, by the way, yeah, it's actually like the game is paused. So after the first one, the first round, you play chess, right? So the time runs out, and you still not winning. No one's still winning. Then the game will be paused pretty much until the next one, which is boxing, and then after that the chess, the third one. It will continue, from the first phase, like just before ending. Um, we'll continue about the chess as well, and then after that, if it's still going, proceeding to the fourth stage or round, will be another boxing, and that's it. However, this will be the last time you try or attempt for winning on boxing, like KO pretty much. Because after this, if the game still goes around, like the time runs out, nobody still wins, then it will proceed to the fifth game, which will be chess. And in this one, I think it's just wrapping up the chess. Like whoever wins, and whoever like whoever reaches the time at zero, they will lose pretty much. So yeah, you might think that the chess part in the fifth round, is like unlimited. They can play as long as they want. No, you're wrong, because chess has the like a cooldown time, not cooldown, but more like, it's like a there's a time, pretty much there's time, like, I believe that one you only have like 5 minutes or something. So yeah, there's that. 5 minutes only to play chess, and if in the fifth round you're out of time, but your opponent still has plenty of time, then you will lose pretty much. Whoever reaches zero in the time countdown, it will be, they will lose, and or whoever wins by checkmate will also win. So yeah, that's just the condition about that. Let's take a look at the Wikipedia itself. Maybe it's explained over here. I'm not sure. Let's just read. Chess boxing, or chess boxing, is a hybrid sport that combines two traditional disciplines, chess and boxing. Two combatants play alternating rounds of blitz chess and boxing until one wins by checkmate or knockout. Yeah, also by timeout as well, pretty much. Because the chess game can be like be infinite. That's why they put a limit by time, pretty much. So yeah. Um, it is also possible to win by time penalty. Oh, okay, it's actually mentioned as in normal chess and by boxing decision if there is a draw in the chess round. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I mean that kind of makes sense as well because if the fifth round, the chess goes to draw, like maybe stalemate, maybe people offered a draw and it'll be determined to the boxing, I guess. Okay, I actually didn't think about that. Huh, that's interesting, actually. Okay. Okay, this is one. A chess boxing match in Berlin 2008. Yeah, unfortunately, the Ludwig's event is not here just yet. Like just to show the boxing and chess. Maybe he copyrighted that. I'm not sure. That's why the Wikipedia doesn't have it. I'm not sure, but yeah. Okay. Typically, events are held in a standard boxing ring using standard amateur boxing equipment and rules. The chess round is also played in the ring with the table, board, and sitting being moved in and out of the ring for each round. Yeah, yeah, like after boxing over here, you play chess inside the ring as well. This table will be brought in. Yeah. The governing bodies of chess boxing are the World Chess Boxing Association and the World Chess Boxing Organization. So apparently they already have, organization and association themselves. So yeah, it's kind of big already actually. Still unusual, I feel like, because you play chess and you also do boxing. So that's like a little bit unusual, right? And the first time I know about this, like I was not sure how are you gonna do this at the same time. Well, the thing is, it's not it's not that you do it at the same time. There's rounds pretty much, like there's like a first round, second round, like I said in the beginning. Um, Chessboxing was invented by French comic book artist Enki Bilal and adapted by Dutch performance artist Iepe, I think, Rubing as an art performance. Okay, and has subsequently grown into a competitive sport. Chessboxing is particularly popular in the UK, India, Finland, and Russia. Also US apparently because like Ludwig just created one, so yeah, might add that in. History will be okay. Oh, okay. So, an earlier version combining chess and boxing took place in a boxing club outside London in the late 1970s. Okay, so it's been there like since before 2000, pretty much. Okay. Um, Okay. The first Esposi event was put on by Dutch performance artist Jeppe Ruping. Okay. That is 1992. Okay. But it's in the comic though. I'm not sure if it's actual thing or not. Probably it is, right? Early years. Okay. The first Esposi competition took place in Berlin in 2003. Okay. That same year, the first World Championship fight was held in Amsterdam, okay, in cooperation with the Dutch Boxing Association, as well as the Dutch Chess Federation, and under the auspices, of the World Chess Boxing Organization, okay. Um, okay, so there's this association and organization. I don't know what the different things though. Um, oh, okay, here we go. These two champions of the new sport were unable to agree on forming a unified style, which eventually left the sport with two governing bodies, the association and the organization. Okay, that kinda, like unfortunate, but I guess, two is better than one, right? Like everyone, they have their own rule. I feel like that would be great. It's like for variance, pretty much. So yeah. Um, okay, this period in chess boxing history was immortalized in the film By Hook or Left Hook, the story of chess boxing. Oh, there's actually already a film. Okay, so I guess this is some kind of documentary or something. Okay, 2005, 2008, first champions. Okay, a chess round in a chess boxing match. Okay, yeah, like they, they still, like a chess. What is it like? Still, like on in the ring, pretty much. Okay, this is just the history, I guess. Global expansion, okay, 2011, 2014. Let's see here in 2020. No, there's 2015 only. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, here we go. On 11 December 2022, content creator and YouTuber Ludwig Agren um, held a chess boxing event called the Mogul Chess Boxing Championship at the Callan Center in Los Angeles. The competition's bouts featured other content creators. Events live viewership peaked of at over 315,000 viewers on YouTube. Okay, so there you have it. That is, like Ludwig actually made it there. Okay, unfortunately there's no picture, but again, like maybe there's some kind of copyright issue. I'm not sure. Like I feel like he should have put some picture over here as well. Uh, yeah, and in fact, after this one though, I think jazz is like on high. I think like jazz is exploding right now. Yeah, like I don't know, like, is it necessarily because of Ludwig? I'm not sure, but me personally, because it happened to me, yes, I like chess. I started doing chess. In fact, like, I have never played chess since I don't know, like more than 10 years ago, and I guess I started again, and that is thanks to Ludwig. And I actually enjoy the app itself, the chess.com. There are so many things that you can do there. It's not only playing chess against other people, there is also against bots, there is also puzzle chess as well. I mean, chess puzzles, you solve chess puzzle, like literally. Basically, what move you have to do next to win and like to win in what is it like position pretty much, which move is the best move pretty much. So yeah, and then after that there's also the what is it like oh, I forgot what to say, but yeah, pretty much chess boxing it's a thing now. Oh, also yeah, like I was about to say that there's so many other mode as well, like variants of chess. Like you can play chess, for four people actually, like one versus one versus one versus one, or two versus two, or one versus one, but two board at the same time, so two board versus two board in a single one big board, but it is only for 1v1. And then there is also other variants as well in which you cannot see your opponent's piece. Like there is this called fog of war, I think. And yeah, also after that there is also this thing that is called what is it like I don't know, like King of the Hill or something. I don't know. Like, pretty much make sure that you bring forward your king to the center, etc. There is just so many mode. Like, if you think about it this way, if you play like any online games, and there is so many modes. Like you can, play against other people, like PvP. You can play against computer. You know, PvAI. Player versus AI, and then there is also like like a puzzle as well, like in the campaign probably, and then after that, there's also like a variant, like there's so many modes, right? Like maybe you want to do raid, you want to do dungeons and stuff, so it's like that pretty much. Rules, okay. Decisions, I think this is like kind of straightforward. Victory by knockout or technical knockout, like TKO in boxing. Victory by checkmate, I mean, in chess, and then loss due to yeah, like the chess time as well. Like when you play the chess, there's supposed to be like a countdown, like a timer. It will count down the time until it reaches zero. If you're at zero time and your opponent still has some time, then you will automatically lose. Doesn't matter that your position is bad. Doesn't matter that your boxing was great. So yeah, there's that pretty much. Lost by resignation in either discipline. Okay, so it's like surrender, pretty much, like like boxing, for instance. You don't have to get knocked out, right, to resign. You can always resign. You can always resign whenever you want. The same goes for chess as well. If you feel like you're in a losing position, then might as well just save time and just resign. So yeah, disqualification. Okay, so this is just by, I guess, just by cheating, right? Like you got disqualified. I feel like that's already like the common thing pretty much. Okay, with classes, okay, so there's also yeah, there's also lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, light heavyweight as well. um, for the boxing specifically. But yeah, unfortunately though, there is not really any, what is it, like a requirement for the chess. Like there is no elo rating as well, unfortunately. So maybe you are in the same weight against your opponent, but what happened if you're not in the same rank, right, with your chess opponents? Is that like fair or not? Like maybe you're a professional chess player as well and your opponent is not. So I feel like that's a little bit unfair. So yeah, I don't know how they will actually equate that with the chess regulation as well. I'm not sure. I mean, like if it's boxing, it's kind of obvious, right? It's based on your weight and your height as well sometimes. So, yeah. Particular requirements and training. Yeah, I guess it's just training as well. Champions. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, there's that. Major organization. Okay, this is the association and organization. Let's see here. Is there anything else? Just Boxing Nation. Okay. Okay, that's it. Documentary. Okay, that's the documentary. The film, I guess, which we already mentioned previously. And then there's this chess boxing and science. Okay. Chess boxing and mass media. Okay. Um, I feel like yeah, this one on the 11th December of 2022. I feel like it's very big for Ludwig to introduce that to his audience that doesn't really know about chess pretty much, which is interesting, and also boxing in general. See also okay, that's it. That's for just boxing, and yeah, this one is unusual sport. However, this one has already been like already been a big thing, but I still found it unusual because I feel like when when you ask a random person that doesn't know at all about chess boxing, but do you know chess boxing? Do you know how to play chess boxing? Then they will probably think that the chess and the boxing is actually done at the same time, which is like common misconception. So yeah, and like that just proves that it's unusual, right? Unusual sports. But yeah, anyway, I think that for this one, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay so stealthy. I will see you again tomorrow in the next part of unusual sports. But until then, see ya.